Hey guys, welcome to Music Workflow Academy episode 13. We're joined by the legend Katie Goodman, Glitterbox's marketing manager,
Hi.
sick DJ, all-round legend. She's just posted a big Glitterbox announcement. I think it's for a festival, so take it away, Katie. What's been going on?
Yeah. Yeah, slight delay. We just announced we've got a stage at Park Life this year, which is pretty massive for us. Especially Park Life House is like having a disco stage there is quite big. So yeah, I'm Katie. I've been channel manager of Glitterbox almost since it began, really, like 6 years. Yeah, I mean, it did begin 10 years ago, but that was a brief stint at Boom, and then it stopped for a while because it didn't go well at the beginning, believe it or not. And then, yeah, I'm also signed to the label and the agency as a DJ. So, yeah, I'm all things Glitterbox. I have a Glitterbox logo tattoo on my arm. I am a walking Glitterbox like machine.
Oh, I love that. Have you got any disco balls in your yard?
I have, yeah, I've got a big one right in my living room. It was meant to go on the ceiling, but people talked me out of it, so it's just sort of like there.
Yeah, we love a good disco ball.
Yeah.
So yeah, I saw a few clips of you playing at High, absolutely shelling it. I was loving it. So yeah, that looks like fun. Gonna have to come see you this season if you're out there.
Yes, you will. I should have my dates soon. Hopefully, I'll have a couple this year. But yeah, it's amazing. Obviously, one of the best sets of the year.
Sick. So yeah, we'll link up Katie in the description, all of our socials, and once we get those dates, we'll let you know. And I'll probably see you
Yeah.
at the front. Such a vibe,
Yeah.
high, isn't
Drop
it?
me a DM.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I'll let you know when I'm there. I'm normally there all season, so. So yeah, so Glitterbox. I think you're in Defected HQ right now. I recognise the.
Yes, this is Defected. I'm in one of the little rooms. But I probably should have explained. People, I assume everyone knows Glitterbox, but not everyone would. So I'm sure everyone who listens to this would know Defected. So Glitterbox is Defected, sort of sister label, disco as opposed to house. Although disco is a very loose term in terms of like what Glitterbox is progressing to be. It's not really your like Saturday Night Fever disco. It's very far from it. Um, but yeah, I am in the Defected headquarters now because we still work extortionate hours. Even though we're a record label, we're still very much a Monday to Friday and Saturday and Sunday and all evenings. So yes, this is the little room I'm in now.
I love that. Shout out Wes.
Yes,
uh,
he's next door actually.
oh, lovely job, lovely job. So yeah, Glitterbox, we love it. Uh, Special event normally on Sundays at High in Ibiza goes off. Always a good laugh. And yeah, so how are you finding the DJing side of things? Are you enjoying it? Have you got any releases planned? What have you got coming up for Katie?
So yeah, I've actually just got back from Switzerland, which is my first gig of the year, which was really fun actually. It was quite funny. I was expecting because it was a ski resort, like I'd planned quite a not cheesy, but like a crowd pleasing like sets, and I was playing both nights for like a long time, like three all night long, 3 4 hours. And they just wanted like, I mean, there was a lot of Italians there, and they actually just wanted like hardcore, like energetic stuff. The moment I played anything like I think I played Ultranate free and it like cleared the dance floor, and I was like, okay, I know what you guys want. And it was just like heavy. Like I loved it because Glitterbox, you're moving on, like how I play for Glitterbox, it is kind of getting heavier, which is exciting because I love like OG disco, always will, but there, yeah, I mean, there's certain environments that call for like houseier sort of music, so it's fun to play. And hopefully, I should have a couple of releases out on Glitterbox this year. Just trying to pull my finger out. It's a lot going on. Like this is a quite a month, so I need to try and yeah, get my foot on the pedal. I've got things done, just not mastered or like finalized. So hopefully, you will see some bits from me coming out this year.
As in, we obviously do mastering, we're a music school, so if you need anything mastered,
Oh, okay. Right. Okay. Good to know.
add it to your contacts. And yeah, I mean, it's a big year. You know, it sounds like you're really busy, and these are the quiet months, like you said. You know, quarter one is like chilled out, and then things get busier halfway through the year around April. Um, yeah. So, who are your favorite disco producers at the moment? Who are you playing? what are you enjoying? What's your vibe? Have you what indie dance?
Okay.
What
My fate, I mean, Folamore's up there, obviously. Folamore's having a big moment, big vibe. Dan Shake, love. I was like really honored to actually play before him at a couple of festivals last year. Although it's a hard one to play before because his energy is just like he comes on and he's like, whoa, 127, like on it. But love his anything he produces, I play. Dirty Channels, sort of more upcoming duo. We've actually got a Glitterbox release with them in February, and I was just listening to it because we put it on the Park Life animation. It's banner. So yeah, and Young Pulse as well from France. Absolutely love all of his edits. Just yeah, they're all banging.
Love that.
So yeah.
I always find disco's like really well produced. I don't know if it's because it's been around for a while.
Yeah.
You hear it and it's like, wow, like all of the elements just sound good. And you know, some
Yeah,
of
I think that's why I've been slow. Like house, you can get away with sort of being a little bit like people get lazy, but like with disco, like if you try and release like a record in that genre and it's lazy and it's not like produced well, it's just so like apparent, like you can hear it and it's just yeah. I
so
mean, a lot of disco, I guess, is produced with real instruments, and so it's very hard to try and recreate that in Logic or Ableton. But yeah, you're right. Like the songs that last are made like with full orchestras and all sorts. Yeah, a bit different to your four to the floor house Logic kick.
proper robotic, isn't it? Like your tech house is so like
Yeah.
rigid, and then the disco's got the groove and all of those lovely live instruments. So good. I just stumbled across a label in Valencia, Spain, called
Oh,
Basement Disco. Unbelievable. So
okay.
yeah, I've been getting my gems from there. So I'm sure now everyone's gonna rinse it. So the secret's
Yeah, I'm
out.
gonna go check. I'll check that out. I need some new new labels like that are doing some stuff.
Literally like amazing disco. Really, really nice
What's
stuff.
it called? Basement disco.
Basement Disco. Yeah, you can see them
Okay.
on
Yeah.
Bandcamp. Uh, you know, they do some really nice disco. It's more like minimal disco. It's got that minimal deep tech vibe, but it's disco. I can't explain it.
Okay. No, I can see. Yeah, that makes sense. I'll have to check them out.
They're like trancey stuff. Anyway, so yeah, no, really cool label I stumbled across like 3 a.m. the other day. So yeah, I mean, I love Dave Lee. Like Dave Lee is just he's the goat for me when it comes to beats. For
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah. I mean, you can't beat an uplifting Dave Lee edit, can you? He's also hilarious. He's very British and like you just never know if he's joking or not. Like he's a funny character.
Yeah, he's a nice geezer. I met him a few times. Nice guy. And who else? I like Disco Incorporated. I was in the Alps a few years ago, and I was playing in this cave, and I was doing like disco sets every now and again. I was doing like disco garage, maybe some techno. Techno was scaring people off, so I was like,
I was
so
gonna say in that order.
yeah. No, it was just 6 hours of disco one night, and then whatever else I was playing tech house one night and disco, techno. But yeah, they love disco. Like everyone does, just dances to it. It's a good vibe, isn't it? So people,
Yeah, it's just always hard to find the balance of like people just not assuming it's going to be cheesy and then yeah, bringing it into the 21st century. I think Simon Dunmore, who used to own Defected, doesn't anymore, was always worried of a repeat happening of like the whole disco sucks movement back in the 80s. So was always very conscious of trying to bring it into the 21st century. And I think you do still find that people associate the word disco with a very particular like cheesy sound, which yeah, we're just constantly trying to change really, I guess.
yeah, that stigma sucks because there's so much good underground disco. Like it's like I said, it's just well produced. Like you can dig back 80s, 90s stuff. Like I really like Phyllis Hyman. I love
Oh
it.
yeah, Phyllis classics.
Yeah, literally, like love that shit. It's good. You know, the producers are all sound. Like it's got a good scene. I like hanging out in Pasha in that second room, and they just play disco with the vinyls. That's good fun.
Cool, I haven't been there for years. Like literally, if I'm ever over in Ibiza, it's always work, so I never really get to go anywhere else. This was the first year I booked time off, and I was buzzing. It was obviously DC10 was my only go-to. And then I was there on the one of the nights that bloody they closed it. Like I was all pumped, got there 1 a.m., prepped for DC10, which we all know what that means. Peak prepped, got there. The securities, all music's off, lights are off, security stayed outside, like, yeah, we're not opening tonight. Raging. Do you know when you just need a rave? And it was after my Glitterbox high set, so it was like adrenaline done, big set over, so much disco. I just wanted to go and dance in like a filthy dark room till 6 a.m. and then it was closed, and I was just, yeah, it was heartbroken. Heartbroken.
Oh no. That's a shame. I can't believe that we could talk about Ibiza for a bit. Like, it's in a bit of a state at the moment. Like, there's all these police are raiding clubs, and they shut the garden like for the second half of the season, and then
yeah,
loads of sound restrictions. They closed like the
Bora Bora.
yeah. Oh my God, Bora Bora's gone. Like, they need to, yeah. And then they just reopened Hush, renamed it CC's, and then towards the end it got raided and then it closed. So hopefully it'll be open, because I'm supposed to have an event there.
It's just crazy because, like, obviously, like, so much of the tourism and the money that the country brings in is based around the party scene. So I don't really know what, like, their aim is. And, like, the whole letting party, like, Bora Bora then was allowed to open, but with the most stupid, because we had Sondela parties there. And the sound restriction was honestly like, it was like having a background speaker on. So it's like, what are they trying to do? Like, they're just trying to make it so hard. And it's like, but if all the clubs shut and no one was going there to party, what would the island have?
That's such a good point. Ibiza officials, if you're listening, step up your game. You know, we need another big outdoor venue, because there's so much like deserty area. If you just wipe obviously the trees, we'll plant them somewhere else. Wipe that area. We'll have like a big festival stage. Have some fucking bands come down. Do you know what I mean? Get fucking.
Oh yeah, you like bands.
Be lit. Have them on a Sunday. Don't have to have it every week or every day, but like, do you know what I mean? Have that in the desert area, kind of just cool little
A
rave.
new club. Do you think that would ever happen? Do you know what's getting scary? Like, the VIP hashtag bottle scene is sort of overtaking everything, which is just getting really frightening. Like, the VIP areas are getting bigger and it's becoming more of a focus, and that's a frightening thought. Like, especially if DC10 like has as much trouble as it did last year, and then I mean you've got Pikes, but other than that, like, the true like heritage Ibiza venues are slowly getting few and far between.
Yeah, literally. Please, Ibiza officials, sort it out. Whoever's listening,
Yeah.
we need
Or just leave DC10 alone this year. Just leave them be.
let them have another fucking stage. That they should have a fourth stage, like where I don't know if you've seen, but they've opened like a little pizza place like outside. They did it halfway through the season, and it's like you can get pizza there and sit there and stuff. But just turn it into a fucking silent disco or something. Do you know what I mean? Do some
Well, that would help with sound restrictions. That's quite a good idea, actually. Having a silent disco somewhere.
That's lit. That's lit. All right, so we've accidentally.
Then everyone's happy. No noise.
There you go, Pasha Brothers. If you're listening, £1 million.
Silent disco.
I'll Katie will come run it, and then million each.
Yeah, I'll market it. No problem.
Exactly. You got my contact number, so. All right, so yeah, DC10, leave them alone. Pasha might be buying Amnesia. They just bought Privilege, so that needs to be open, because that wasn't open. I love Resistance. That's like one of my favorite raves. They're heavy techno.
Yeah.
What do they need to do? They need to reopen Space, like open it in like Ibiza or somewhere. Do like a Space like bar or something. I don't care how much it costs.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I love Hire. That's our home. It's not Space, obviously, but I still love Hire. But you're right. But Space couldn't ever reopen now. Space was Space. I think we all have to just let that one go.
I can't. Obviously, personally, I love High, right? But I think they need to have it in a different location, some sort of like a bar. Like, imagine like a 24-hour bar or a tent or something small. Do you know what I mean? Like, you have to book to go there. Maybe Blue Marlin vibes. But yeah, just like it's just popping off like 24/7. You know, DJs come in playing, because you need that like 24/7 vibe, because you go to a rave and you're like, I want to keep going. You end up at some weird afters or a villa party. Like there needs to be more options for you to just sesh.
Yeah. Because I think even music, Amnesia stopped doing the midday ones now, haven't they? That
Yeah,
was
yeah.
the only one that used to go on till like midday, but I don't think they were allowed to do it last year as much, were they?
Yeah, they threw
I'm not
like,
sure.
yeah, Amnesia seemed to be like keeping their integrity, like they must be bribing the police an insane amount of fucking money.
Yeah, I think anyone that's surviving is bribing the police, aren't
Yeah, like DC-10 obviously missed their bribe. Uh,
they? Yeah.
fucking shame, innit? But that's what happened. So yeah, Ocean Beach are doing well. Like that's always a good laugh. Hi. Yeah. Oh, it's just yeah. Ibiza needs to sort itself out because it's like declining instead of improving. And it's like,
Yeah. We'll see. It'll be interesting this year. Last year was obviously the first year since COVID. Um, and we'll see. I mean, so many people still go, and it's obviously still the hub of the dance music world. I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon, but yeah, hopefully this season has some less issues than last one.
yeah, literally, it should be good. Like there's places like Tulum, you've got Croatia. Like these are all happening spots as well. So, you've even
Yeah.
got Bali. Obviously, they're quite strict over there, but
We've got our Malta Festival happening again this October.
sick, sick, sick. I'll have to come to that. That sounds like fun. I love Malta, lovely place.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's very different to our Croatia festival, but it's fun.
Lit. All right, let's go back to the questions. I just went on a massive tangent about Ibiza.
Ibiza,
Just went on
easily done.
Yeah, it's just a rant. Could talk for longer, but I don't want to annoy Katie, so we'll move on to the next.
It's
So,
fine.
when you're playing your DJ sets, what's a good DJ set for you? What gets you going? What gets you flowing?
Um, so like I always like to have 3 or 4 decks, and I'll always have 2 decks that have my acapellas on. And then I love to play acapellas and then like stop whatever I was doing and just have an acapella and then have like basically just sort of make music as I'm playing. So like I'll take the bass of something, I'll have like an acapella running, I'll take the percussion of something else, and then I'll just like play around with it for like a good 10 minutes, sort of not really let anything playing out properly, and then eventually I'll go into whatever is my favorite one. That's kind of like my niche way of doing it. I mean, it's funny because like Ibiza, I was crazy, like just in the zone, and I'm going through like so many USBs, just like whipping it out, and like people genuinely just thought I was faking it. Like I heard a few girls like she's just not even doing anything, because it just gets to the point where it does look a bit stupid. But when I'm in the zone, I swear to God, it's like I can just sense the 4 decks. Like I can know exactly what's going on at all the places, and it just works. Um, but that is my favorite way to play, really just like doing things at all times, but minimal, not so it's like not like DJ spend like queuing and like effects, more just like very minimal, always in the mix sort of vibe.
I love
So
that.
yeah, I guess that's kind of my style. But then at the same time, like I mean, for Glitterbox, I'm mainly warm when I'm playing on my own. So colluded, I'm like bigger sets, but for Glitterbox, I'm still very much the warm-up resident. So very different style of DJ in there. That's all just about tune selection, like no messing about, just really nice, lovely music and just playing them out. And yeah. So I guess I have 2 very different styles of mixing. Yeah.
I love that. I love that. The creative side of things is always interesting. You get people like Fortet and people like that who they just send it and they like have an a cappella playing or Capriati or so there's a few people that do it. I love that style. It's so cool. Sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Love to see you with like 6 decks and see what you do. It'd be fun.
I reckon I could definitely get stuff going. The more decks I have, the more I just like find little bits and little noises. And it must just look like I am just making it up. But honestly, I swear to God, there is always a noise coming out of one of them. Like there's always something somewhere, even if it's like the smallest little hi-hat. It won't be like on and playing for no reason. But I know sometimes it does just look a bit stupid, but
I
I'm
love
having fun. So I don't care.
Oh, I love that. It's so funny. Yeah, that's sick. That's such a sick style to have. I love that. Just sending it and just throwing everything into a new creation. I think that's so fun.
Yeah.
So, favorite producers, we've done that. How did you get into DJing? Are you self-taught? Did you go to an academy? Did you learn
So
through?
when I was like 19, I was somehow found myself in the position of launching a brand new club in my area in Romford. It was Circuit Essex, massive, fucking sick. It was the best thing. I was like 20 years old running this club. Like I don't even know how I got it. And then like so I was promoting it, I was booking it, and the warm-up DJs were just like costing me money. Not me money, but like I had budgets. And I was like, well, this is ridiculous. Why don't I just learn to DJ? I can DJ like before and after. We've just got to book one DJ. Like all the people coming in don't care. They just want to hear what they hear. So then I'd been putting that out, and then my brother got me a course to do, and it was a vinyl course. I know like people say it, but it was very, very like traditional. It was 4 weeks vinyl, then 4 weeks on the decks, but they taped the decks up so you couldn't see. And it was hardcore. Like I would do my Friday, I would work Friday night till my club finished, so 4, drive up to my brother's because he lived near the lesson, get to my brother's at like 5, and then we had our DJ lesson at like 9 o'clock. It's Saturday morning. Do my DJ lesson. It was like 3 hours, so midday, and then I just Saturday, just like I do not want to go and listen to Pumping House at 9 o'clock in the morning. But oh, it didn't it go? Did I crack out then?
There was a
Can you hear
bit
me
of
still?
there was a bit of cracking out. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Was it you or was it me?
I don't know. It might be both of us. It says you're on yellow bars, so it might be just a
Oh
little
yeah.
spike of waviness. But I got the gist of it. 3 hour lessons on a
Yeah.
Friday. Yeah, no, really interesting. Sounds very like hardcore, like the with the vinyl. I love that. I think that's really cool. That's definitely an interesting way to learn as well. And it's funny because you've learned quite a hard environment and have such an interesting style. So amazing.
I think that's why I think that's why when I play I'm quite active, because where like the vinyl mixing is so difficult, and obviously like CDJs make it so easy. I feel like if you're going to play on a system that makes it so easy for you, you need to be creative, because otherwise you're just cheating really a little bit. So it's either, in my eyes, you've got to be creative or you've got to be like deep digging tracks. And that's what makes good DJs. Otherwise, anyone, literally anyone can do it. So yeah.
Certain facts. So you said creating and selection. Yeah, definitely. Selection's like 80% of it. So if anyone is inspired by Katie and wants to learn DJing and music production, hit us up. Obviously, you know what we're about. Come join. Even though I'm fully booked, but you can join the wait list. So yeah. And music production, you're into that as well, aren't you? So what was your
Yeah, I
plan
did.
to hear how you learned that? Were you blindfolded
So,
or?
no, I went to SA. I can't believe I did that. I went to SAE. It's like a competitor of Point Blank. Oh, don't say that. I went to SAE because it just seemed like a more rounded course at the time. Oh, boo.
I'm not
This
judging.
was
I'm not judging. I'm just that was
this
my.
was
There you go. Don't worry
this
about
was years ago. This was nine years ago. So like, yeah, it was good. It was a like good solid year course. Um, it was Logic based, which was my only like I love Logic and I would probably still use Logic, but we like did like 2 weeks of Ableton at the very end, and I wish that it had been split so we could have made a decision. And then to be honest with you, I forgot everything, and my brother's like obsessed, like he's some sort of mad sound engineer, like just obsessed with it, and he's just sort of learned like self-taught, and then we have like a couple of nights a week where we try to stick to it, where he like teaches me what he's learned, and that's sort of how I'm progressing in it. But yeah, so I guess I would say yeah. I feel like production, like you can self-teach, but I think there's like a level that you can get to and stop. Like I think there's definitely always a benefit with production to go into some sort of course, or yeah, I mean, otherwise I do just think you end up hitting a barrier and everything ends up sounding the same.
Yeah, very good points there from Katie. So you heard what she said. Sign up for our course. So,
Recommend it. I recommend a course, definitely. Don't try and do it blind.
yeah,
You can learn the basics, but that you're honestly going to be stuck very quickly.
exactly. Yes, yes, good points. And tour life. How many gigs were you playing last year? What were your favorite gigs? Least favorite? Any funny stories?
Last year was pretty mental. It sort of just came out of nowhere. I remember coming out of lockdown and like telling myself that maybe like I love DJing, but I really need to like just focus on Glitterbox for a while, blah, 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 and then just out of nowhere they just came thick and fast. I think my favorite day was Bank Holiday August. I had 3 sets in a row at different parts. It was like Eastern Electrics, and then it was a festival up north, and then it was back down for the egg after party. It was ridiculous. My mum was doing the tour driving, which was hilarious. And I mean, the whole day itself was just the longest thing because I was doing the like 2 till 6 in egg. So like the whole day was just like crazy, but it was so fun. And like I promised I wasn't going to play the same song twice, and I did not. And it was like what 9 hours of DJing, I think, not one repeat, which I was very happy about. Maybe a couple of a cappella repeats, but that's fine. Not with the same
Nine
track.
hours. Let's just touch on that for a second. 9 hours is like around the danger zone for anyone that doesn't know. For me, the longest I played was 10, and then the 11th hour I was too drunk and I decided to go for a drive and almost drove off the edge of the Alps. But
Ah, naughty.
yeah, I had a whole bottle of Grey Goose, and my friends were in the back, passed out. We almost all died. But we're still here. So 9 hours is mad though. 9 hours is like techie. So well done. Hats off to you for playing for that long. That's a long.
Thanks. I mean, it was split up. It was like three. Sorry, I think that's my WhatsApp going on. It was like three Eastern Electrics and then two up north and then four. So it was split up. But like by the time I got to Egg, I was like, whoa, how am I going to do this? I remember my mixing like being out for the first hour because it's like I couldn't hear anything. I was like, I can't. I was so tired. But then the crowd came and it gets you through. And it was actually my Egg ended up being my favorite set of the whole day.
Oh, I love that. Shout,
Yeah.
shout out to all my Egulars that love the club. Big ups, everyone. Seen some funny shit there.
Yeah.
Oh God, what a funny club. Yeah, sick. So yeah, the crowd really makes a difference, doesn't it? You get into more of a groove, you feel their energy, and then you're like, oh, do you know what? Like,
Yeah.
carries you through, doesn't it? It's like if you do get blackout drunk, and then obviously that's the problem. But 9 hours in,
I try not to do that. I've only done that one time.
yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah, it's weird actually, because like I guess the last 2 years have probably been where I've started getting the main time sets, and so gone from the warm up to the main time. And it's really interesting because like warm up is so important, and people don't understand how hard it is to DJ to an empty room, but under the pretenses that you're going to be the first thing they hear when people do come in. And I've struggled actually. I've always like loved warm up, but going from DJing to a crowd where your confidence is driven by you can just see the crowd, you know what they want, to being in an empty room and like kind of losing my confidence a little bit of like, yeah, no, this song is good, play it out, like this is fine. And then sort of, yeah, it's weirdly, you'd think it would have been harder to go to like the main time set, but it's been harder to do that and then go back to warming up well. I found it quite difficult actually.
yeah.
So yeah.
Let's go on another tangent. Let's go down the tangent of warm-up sets. A lot of people say, warm-up sets really important. It's like an art. Do you have any memorable warm-up sets that have like influenced your style?
Yeah.
Seen it and you've been like, oh my God, that was a warm-up set. And then you go in and you prepare your set and that's in the back of your mind. You're like, I want to recreate that warm-up set. I don't know, maybe that's just me. What's your favorite warm-up set?
This is gonna sound really weird. And it might have just been the state I was in, but in Basinghouse, in Shoreditch, I got there really early one night because it was like one of these nights when we weren't meant to be out, and then we ended up out, and we were like one of the first people in there. And I mean, I was feeling very happy at the time, but I can't remember who was playing, but I just remember it was like just me and my mate in there, empty. and then this DJ was playing, and I was like, it's really fucking good, like playing some bangers, and just it was just like the perfect intro to like the club filling up, which I feel like Basing House is like a very random place to say you heard a really good warm up set, but there you go. Most people aren't there early enough to hear the warm up set, so.
People are gonna be queuing up now to go in for the warm up.
So yeah, I guess that's a random one.
That's a good one. My favorite warm up set. I think it was Fabric on a Sunday. It was like Fuse and
Oh
Roscoe.
yeah.
Roscoe played the opening set, and he just went for this like deep house. Like I don't even know if it was like 2014, maybe younger or older than that. But the set was just so good, and I was like, oh my God. I didn't have a clue what any of the tracks were, but it went off.
Oh, they're the best ones, aren't they? And you can't even Shazam or anything. It's just like, where are they finding this music? And it's just rolling.
Literally, it was absolute just rollers, and then we were just there like trying to Shazam stuff, nothing coming through, and we're like, do you know what? This is a sick little opening set. So that's definitely influenced me for my warm up sets.
Nice.
Yeah, I've seen people send it as well, and then that goes wrong. That's quite funny. And then they get
Oh
paid.
yeah, actually, I played it one recently, like, and obviously I'm booked as Glitterbox artist, so most people I go harder than expected, but before I play, most people are assuming I'm going to play disco. And yeah, I went to one the other night, and it was like I was on quite early, like 9, and the warm up DJ was just going fucking in like 128 house. And I was like, oh, this is interesting. Because like, but the thing is, the worst part is when the crowd are loving it, because you're like, well, I can't go and do what I do now, because if I suddenly just echo out and whack on like a 119 Dave Lee disco, like lovely edit, they're all gonna leave. So get one of my very old USBs out and spend 20 minutes bringing it back down via like a 2012 like Romford playlist I had.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? Like, whenever that happens, I just go say to the one, I'm like, look, slow it down like 6 BPM on the outro, like, and then then I'll hop on. Like, they have to be the ones to slow it down because I'm not responsible for this mess.
I don't want people to think it's you, do you? I'm
Oh,
too polite. I'm too polite for that. I get on and just spend a couple of minutes figuring it out, bringing it back down.
I've been booed before, so I'm like, I'm not having this again. This is shit.
Oh no. Oh, I don't think I could handle being booed. I couldn't do it.
I've been heckled a few times. I had this once. It was a set in. Yeah, these two people were like, "You don't know what you're doing. You're like, you can't mix this, and that." And it was just fucking sold out, and everyone's loving it. It was playing like melodic Afro house or something. They're like, "This is shit." They're like, "Dixon's a better DJ than you." I was like, "What do these people want from me?" They were like, "Double my age."
What a random thing to say.
They're like, we're on your Spotify. Like, they would not leave me alone, and I was like, bro, like these people are literally heckling me like I'm a DJ. I'm not a fucking comedian. Like, this isn't how it works.
I'd just be doubling up the headphones, like, I can't hear you.
They will come on the stage, everything, and I was just like, yeah, there's funny videos of them like trying to grab my arm while I'm mixing, and I'm like, what's your?
Oh my gosh. Oh God, no, I couldn't handle that.
I
No, I
found it
wouldn't
funny.
like that.
I found it funny, but after my set, I was like, right, they need to leave. Like, someone's kicking them out. I want to do them in because this is a joke.
All laugh and jokes, but get rid of them right now. Like, get them out.
It's funny, you know, they're twice my age and they're pissed, but I have the bounce to kick them out horrible. Oh, that's funny. I mean, we've answered most of the questions just about like tour life and life at Glitterbox and how you're smashing it as a DJ. So that's probably it. I mean, we'll probably have you on again in the future when we've got more to talk about, but that was pretty solid.
Yeah. I'll come back on after summer when we've had some exciting stuff happening, and I can talk all about it.
Lovely. Well,
Thanks for having me on.
thanks for coming on. It's been a pleasure. So
No worries.
I'll link everything down below for Katie. Go check her out. Go Basin House and Ibiza Officials Silent Disco. Those are your main takeaways. All right. See you guys. That was episode
See you
30.
later.